Hi everyone, my name is Jewel. Today is Tuesday, November the 26th, 2019, and it's time for the weather. This is for viewers of all ages. It's the weather, for goodness sakes, and we've got lots to talk about. Now, as we take a look at the watches and warnings map, look here, we've got two storm systems, folks. We have one up here, it's going to go out. Actually, we're going to have three. We got another one up here. Some of these winds coming in on the coast could be as high as hurricane category 1 winds, folks, when it comes in. Be aware if you're on the coast of Oregon, up here in Northern California. You need to be aware. Snow, snow, and more snow. Some reports so far, we've had some snow reports of, like, in Colorado and Wyoming, Fort Collins, Colorado, almost a foot, 11.8, Boulder, 14, Aurora, Colorado, 8.3, Cheyenne, Wyoming, 13, folks. That's just, and it's not over. The storm's going to keep on and keep on and keep on. In Denver, Colorado, ongoing snow totals, 12 foot, who knows what it's going to end up to be. In Omaha, Nebraska, by this afternoon, you guys are going to have anywhere probably from 2 to 4. Green Bay, Wisconsin, late tonight, 2 to 4. Marquette, Michigan, 12 to 18. Now, that may seem a little high, but it might not be quite that much. I think yours will probably start as some snow late tonight, but I think most of your accumulation will probably happen come Wednesday, tomorrow. Cheyenne, Wyoming, so far, those totals are 12 to 18. Minneapolis, tonight you can get anywhere from 6 to 10. Duluth, 4 to 8. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 4 to 8. It goes on and on and on and on. And it's looking like there's going to be some wind with this too, folks, okay? Going to be some wind with some of these storms, like right in here in Kansas. This is a wind, high wind watch, fire watch. Over here in Colorado, this wind's going to push on through as this next system starts to come through. So everybody be aware. Very, very windy in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas and down in parts of New Mexico. And it's just in parts of Kansas here. You see where this darker gold is? We got high wind warnings, high wind watches, and high wind advisories from Texas all the way up to Indiana and lower Michigan, a big part of Illinois, and most of northern Ohio has some kind of wind advisory going on with wind warnings out in the west, and some stretch all the way up into New York. I'm over here on the European model right now. You can see this is set for 9 a.m. for today. I'm going to turn it on and let it roll, but first, before I do that, where you can see all the different types of weather as I tell you what's happening is going on. Look at this wind. This is just sustained wind. Just sustained wind going on, and when I flip it over to the wind gust, it's going to change. Look at this right here, folks. Look at this. Let's see what this is coming in here. 86 mile per hour wind gust. What we got going on over here, and I haven't moved it up during the day. 42 mile per hour wind gust up in the Texas Panhandle. Down in New Mexico, 37. Now, this is going to change as the day goes on. I'm just going to click this up to like 6 a.m. in the morning. Whoa, you can see what is happening now. We've got this. This is wind gusts. We're going to just put sustained winds on. The sustained winds are going to start to crank up down around Illinois. That's going to be like 30 mile per hour sustained winds. And when you get to the wind gust, that's going to be even more, folks. That's going to be like 52 mile per hour wind gusts in Illinois. I just wanted to show you this so you would have an example, as I'm telling you, as these systems are moving through, what to expect. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be windy. Everybody in these areas need to pay attention. Now, we've got the precipitation type map up. So let's go back now to around 9 a.m. this morning. And we're going to have severe weather I've got to talk about with the possibility of tornadoes, so please don't go anywhere. Now, I'm turning this on and letting it roll. You can see the timestamp down below. Now, the first system, it's going to be an amplifying upper-level trough over the Rockies and northern plains. Now, that's going to support an intensifying surface low across the central plains and then the Midwest by tonight. Upslope flow and cold temperatures north of the low is going to support a broad swath of moderate and heavy snowfall extending from Colorado and the Wyoming Rockies to the upper peninsula of Michigan, where winter storm warnings, as I've showed you, are currently in effect. Now, there's a tight pressure gradient with this low pressure system, and very windy conditions, as I pointed out, are very likely across much of the plains, and the high wind warnings are in effect from eastern New Mexico to southern Kansas, where winds could gust, as I've showed you, in excess of 55 miles per hour at times. And the high wind watches, I've showed you where they're at. They're in effect for portions of the Midwest and Ohio Valley as the storm's going to approach the region by tomorrow. Now, an even stronger storm, this one out west that I've been talking about here, an even stronger storm is expected to develop over the eastern Pacific and reach the west coast by tonight. Now, this low pressure system will likely undergo Bombogenesis. It's going to, the pressure's going to drop 24 millibars in 24 hours by late this afternoon. It's going to be the barometric pressure when this happens is likely going to become sub minus 980 millibars low. That's hurricane force. Hurricane force winds, offshore waters. It should reach land near the California-Oregon border early tonight with the potential for records. I'm talking big records that are going to drop, okay? Of course, when it hits land, it should weaken some, but if you're anywhere in the area this storm comes in, it's just going to be bad, folks. You need to prepare for it. I'm just telling you. Now, winter storm watches and warnings are already in effect for many of these areas, and accumulations of snowfall, 1 to 3 feet, they appear most likely for many of the California mountain ranges, and winter storm watches are in effect farther to the east to include northern Arizona. Thanksgiving travel is going to be severely affected, and locally forecast offices I've checked with, they are saying, you know, if you don't have to drive, don't drive if you're in these areas. We got some severe weather going on we need to talk about, folks, so let's go check it out. This includes a chance of tornadoes, high gusty winds, and some hail. Okay, everybody, right now, of course, we've got the categorical outlook for severe weather. When it comes to thunderstorms, severe storms with the threat for damaging winds, a few tornadoes are possible across parts of the lower mid-Mississippi Valley this afternoon through tonight. As you can see, it's even an enhanced look as we come up into parts of northeastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, southern Missouri, a little bit of southwestern Illinois right here in the enhanced, but it goes on and on. There's a chance of a thunderstorm that could form anywhere from Texas over to Alabama, maybe Georgia, and eastern Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, all the way up. This is the greatest threat we're talking about here. We do have that chance of tornadoes at 5% that stretches all the way from parts of Illinois, Missouri, western Tennessee and Kentucky, western Mississippi, and the northern part of Louisiana here. This brown, this is the greatest chance a tornado could actually occur today. Look at the chance of hail and wind. Hail and wind. This wind is going to pick up like crazy. Western Tennessee, a little bit of the corner up here of northwestern Mississippi. We have this portion of north and northeastern Arkansas, and southern and southeastern Missouri, and a little bit of western Illinois. You are in the 30% chance. These winds I've talked about that are picking up with these systems as they move across, you got a good chance, a very good chance of this wind picking up. If you got anything laying outside, you might want to pick it up and bring it in just to make sure that it is safe. When it comes to the hail, it's not too bad. It's mostly in Missouri, maybe some in Illinois. I don't think the hail will be a big deal for you guys, but I think the wind will be a very big deal for you guys. And you do have this tornado outlook. I'm not saying, I don't think one will happen, but there's still that chance. And it's not 2%, it's 5%. So that's your weather for today. Folks, stay safe. We got snowstorms. We've got severe weather that can happen in other portions where it's not snowing, and portions that it is snowing. We've got all the stuff, blizzard conditions going on, this, that, and all the other that I've showed you on the map. Please be safe all across the U.S. From Florida up to North Carolina in this little area right here, this is the only place that really no action may happen of any extent right now. But we got snow that's coming across all these areas. We got another snowstorm coming in and across these areas, snow up here. Just stay safe, my friends, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Click that bell. I would appreciate it so very much. I love you all. I thank you for watching. I thank you for donations when you send them to me through PayPal or any way you do it. I thank you and appreciate it so very much. And I love you for it. And I love each and every one of you. No matter where you can donate or not, that don't matter. Peace, love, and kindness to all. Thanks for watching. And stay safe in your travels.